Our pregnancy was great. It was very uneventful, so much so that, as you're sort of blissfully unaware of the things that can go wrong. And I had the audacity to say, I think I was just born to be pregnant. I was born to make kids. I was not sick.
We were ready to meet this baby. I had the car parked, like ready to pull out, not even back down the driveway. Like we were ready to go. We got nothing going on. We should probably just go a little early. And we were getting ready to leave as everything kind of fell apart.
I had to go to the bathroom, like whatever, every 15 minutes. I was 41 weeks pregnant. So I got up to go to the bathroom. And I remember calling to Nick from the bathroom, like, Nick, I think we need to call 911. And he came in and this is like all, it felt panicked, but like I wanted to maintain control because I didn't want him to panic. So then that's what happened. He called 911 and I remember hearing the questions she was asking and was it a lot of blood? Was there this, was there that? Is she okay?
I think it was 8 minutes, something like that, 8 or 9 minutes it took. And it felt like seconds, but then at the same time felt like an eternity.
So we pull in to the hospital, the ambulance doors open and Nick's standing there. He beat us to the hospital and there were several staff members kind of just whatever, taking us through it. But no one had checked the baby. Everyone kept asking me, are you in pain? Are you in pain? No. And so finally, someone listened and stethoscope on the belly or ultrasound or whatever it was and was like, I can't find it. And so somebody else came in and I think this was an OB and she was like, there it is, let's go. But I said, can somebody move with urgency?
It was 58 minutes from the time that we called 911 to the time that we got to the hospital and they first checked to see if there was, to check on Ryder. And so I sat there for an hour or more. He walked in the room and just as blunt as can be, I was sitting in the chair and came over to me and said, Mr. Mendelke, your son was born dead. Excuse me, your son is born dead. That is how I found out that we had a boy. That is how I found out that he had passed. And then he went into all of the medical things that they had tried, that, their blood transfusions and, resuscitation and, 20 minutes. And then that was it.
I remember being in a lot of pain, kind of coming out of all of the drugs. And I remember someone in the room saying, can you help her? She's in pain. Can you give her something else? But then I also remember Nick standing over me. And it's almost like that scene from some sort of medical show where they're standing in the light. But I remember waking up and saying, is it a boy? He's like, yeah, it's a boy. But I don't remember what words or how you told me that he wasn't alive. I could have never in my wildest dreams, any of my kids, but I could have never predicted what he would look like, how he would, he was perfect. Yeah. And just holding him and seeing your partner hold your baby, in whatever capacity that is, it still kind of gets me, but I remember that feeling being just so good. Like, and I was coming down from these drugs. So, like, was it a trick of my mind? Was it protection? Like, Nick was holding our baby. Like, Dad was grieving too. Dad had lost Ryder too. And like, I think that can be missed in, I don't know, in the wake of some of these events. Like, yes, Mom is sad. Mom's body hurts. Mom, like, she's going through something different in the same situation, but Dad's going through it too. It wasn't good. It was hard, but my sister was there and she's like, let them discharge you early. There's like, I'm here. I can take care of you at home. Like, we can do this. So we did. But just getting discharged early means leaving your baby early. So that was almost like, I don't know, like rip the Band-Aid off. Like, yeah. Something I think is interesting is that grief continues. It's a continuum. And so like in the weeks after Ryder was born, I was grieving for this baby that, you know, we were supposed to have, that was supposed to change everything in a much different way, the way everything had changed. So that's a whole different way of grieving, I feel like, or a different level of it.
But then, you know, it was therapy and just discussions and coping and talking through all the things together separately, and learning to live again in this space was difficult, because what people don't tell you is like, yeah, you're sad and you know that, you expect that. But eventually you do find something that makes you happy again or makes you laugh again. And then you feel bad about it. And then you go down, like you spiral out of control. It's like, how am I ever going to be happy again? How am I going to experience joy again? What's going to happen to our relationship, to everything else? Because joy just dies for a while. And then when it does come back, you're not really friends with it. Like you don't know how to deal with it. You can't, you feel guilty about having fun, about laughing, about wanting to take a trip, or all of the things. There's everything just like everything's a little duller after.
The very first time I heard about No Foot Too Small was through Angel Haze. One of my best friends brought us a pack of Angel Haze in 2019 after Ryder was born.
Yeah, my first real interaction was Angels in the Outfield. And we were there to support our niece Megan. Has some good friends that lost their son Paxton in a very similar way. And so she had asked if, you know, Anne could be connected with the family. And we, of course, said yes. And we actually came out to the game to support them and Paxton. And I was shopping through the No Foot Too Small merchandise and started talking because I have nothing to say to anyone. So, but I started talking to everybody, and that led to conversations with Robin, and we exchanged information and remained in contact. I was also very, very opinionated on the dad space and fathers needing care, because there were some aspects of our family and our friends that were fantastic with supporting me, but a large part of the response and the check-ins, the care, was all focused on Anne. And No Foot Too Small had a different approach. It was unfortunately, full of people who shared our story. Maybe not the same story, but similar. They knew how we were surviving, how we were living.
So when we first started coming around to No Foot Too Small, I would say the vibe was entirely different. Even the phrasing in the advertising was celebrating angels and, honoring, put name here, wave of light. It was bringing people together to honor and to celebrate and cry if you needed to. I spent the event in Nashville crying the entire time. But it felt really like a different lens to use on the most terrible situation. Down to worst club, best people. That is 4 words. That is absolutely true. And it felt really personal.
I think one of the things that No Foot Too Small has realized is that everyone should have the right and the opportunity to celebrate their children. And in the law space, you don't get the birthdays, the home runs, the graduations. And so Robin and No Foot Too Small have created a space where we do get the opportunity to share our stories, to celebrate, to honor, remember, because we don't have those things. And so that's what No Foot Too Small gives us the opportunity to do. Yeah. It does give us that opportunity to share our son, to tell our story. But one of the things that Ryder has given not only us, but I think others around us, is a safe space to tell their stories.
Yesterday, I started to panic that we were the feature family. And I started to feel like, what am I doing? Is this something I'm worthy of? Do we even deserve this? So I think what I would say to Ryder is, you deserve this. You deserve to be remembered. You deserve to be loved. And you deserve to be shared with the world in all the same ways that Chandler and Merrick and Camden get to be.